Now is the Rollin 60s the biggest number of people, like, you know, in terms of like just sheer numbers? Is the Rollin 60s kind of like the biggest gang in LA?
It's one of the biggest gangs, one of the biggest Crip gangs. Our generation, you know what I'm saying, was kind of responsible for like putting it on the map in terms of like hustling and business, and you know what I'm saying, like making moves outside of the streets, you know what I'm saying, and taking it to, you know, a corporate level. Not necessarily taking gangbanging, but taking the legacy of our area to like, you know, the corporate level.
Now, did you really have a choice, you know, joining the 60s when you were young, or was it just all your family members was in it, so you were in it?
Nah, really me, none of my family members was from Rollin 60s. My dad came from Africa. So
okay.
his whole side of my family's in Africa. And then my mom, she only had one brother, and it was her. So my uncle was like a hustler and a musician. And my mom, she's a woman. She grew up on Slauson and Fifth Ave on 60th her whole life, as well as my granny and my grandfather. You know, they own property in the hood since like the 30s or the 40s.
So what made you decide to actually get involved in all that? Because, you know, I mean, I'm sure you knew what the downsides were before you got into it somewhat.
Yeah. Nah, I think it was like a combination of, you know what I'm saying, just being out of age. I left my house kind of early.
How old?
When I was probably like 14.
Okay, so you were on your own at 14 years old.
Yeah, I was out of my mom's house, you know what I'm saying? I went to live with my granny when I was 14. And, you know, I just was taking care of myself early on. And, you know, I was doing things to try to get money so I could support myself. I always wanted to do music. That was my first passion before anything. And out of frustration from not having outlets and having studio access, you know, the culture of my area is the gang culture, you know what I'm saying? So by being outside, being involved with hustling, being in the hood, doing things to try and get money, being young, you know, riding your bike through the hood, getting shot at, your loved ones and homies that's your age, getting killed, getting shot at, you know, getting jumped at malls and at basketball, football games, high school games, whatever. You know what I mean? Getting into it, it's like, we were just raised like, if you with me and something go down, I'm in it. Whether I'm from this shit or not, you know what I'm saying? So after a while, it just be like you always in the middle of some shit, you might as well, you know what I mean?
Be part of it.
Be part of it.
Official.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Or don't be part of it and get the fuck out the way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Either one.
I mean, like, you hear, I mean, I don't know if there's a different sex, but you hear that there's like jump in type of things and stuff like that. Did that happen to you?
Yeah, you gotta get courted on, you gotta fight.
Okay, so you got jumped in.
Yeah, you gotta fight.
Is it like a certain amount of time, or?
I mean, it's different for everybody, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta, it's basically whoever, like, you know, orchestrating your put on, basically. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, it be young niggas putting you on and you just get ran. You just fight until niggas feel like you done fighting. Sometimes it be somebody that got a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, like love for young dudes and a little bit more compassion. And you might have a different experience, you know what I mean? Some niggas just got their ass beat and still wasn't from the hood. Sure. And you know, it's because it was young niggas putting them on and didn't give a fuck about it.